Let us always be vigilant in the things that we indulge ourselves in, whether it's carrying us away from the presence of God or closer to the presence of God. Jonah, in the book of Jonah, Jonah found a ship that carried him away from the presence of God. And it says, Jonah 1:3, and he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. So he boarded this ship, and he carried him away from the presence of the Lord. Now, when we board these ships, they carry us away from the presence of the Lord. It puts us in a certain condition. Now, if we go on down to Jonah 1:5, it tells us the condition that he was in due to him boarding this ship. It says, but Jonah was going down into the sides of the ship, and he lay and was fast asleep. Now, on the surface, this seems harmless, but we know spiritually, being fast asleep, it means he was in a condition that he was in before coming to God, before giving his life over to God. Being asleep is the condition we are in before the Lord open our eyes, open our heart, open our mind to who he is. So being fast asleep in this situation is to go back into doing the things that we used to do. This is the results of boarding ships or being indulgent in things that carry us away from God. Now there's different things that can carry us away from God. Well, a lot of the things that can carry us away from God can also carry us closer to God, whether it be marriage, our friends, many different things we indulge ourselves in. Our phones, internet, all these things can carry us closer, but also can remove us from the presence of God, depending on how we use these, depending on the type of people we allow ourselves to be close to. Now, how do we fix this situation? How do we address or know where we stand in these things? Well, first we have to basically do an inventory. We have to inventory our lives, constantly inventory our lives to make sure that nothing, first of all, is taking a place or we giving anything more priority than God. Everything is supposed to be set below him. Otherwise, those things will become idols. And if we find anything that we are doing that is taking priority over God, we need to immediately reevaluate our time to God. We need to place intentionally place time towards God over these things, prioritizing them over these things, moving those things aside purposely, intentionally, for the sake of God to reestablish his his number one position in our priorities. That is the first thing. Secondly, we may need to remove certain things that constantly put us in a situation where we are having to choose either God or this, God or that. We never want to put God in contention with anything in our lives. So whatever is necessary to remove from our lives, then we should do so. Thirdly, we need to be mindful of the things we indulge ourselves in on a daily life, in our daily lives, just in general, to make sure that we're not falling back into things that we used to do. Continue to seek God. Continue to seek Him in prayer, in worship, in fellowship, being joined with other saints as well, and people around us who are also believers, strengthening us, giving us a fullness of spirit. So all in all, let's just be vigilant in the things we indulge ourselves in, and let not anything carry us away from the presence of God. Amen.